time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, we are back. Good to be with you. We're back in our normal spots, back at home, back in Springfield. Had a good weekend after a little time away. Great to be with the kids again after they were at camp for a while. So this is, we're getting back to normal now. This is
back to the swing. Yeah, here we go. And we'll start with some news. A Greene County deputy is recovering from his injuries after being dragged by a vehicle that he stopped over the weekend. The deputy made a traffic stop, but the driver did not comply with the deputy and instead took off, actually dragging the deputy for a short distance. The driver got away. The deputy was treated at the hospital for his injuries.
Wow.
Now to this, we lost a legend over the weekend. A longtime Branson fiddler Shoji Tabuchi passed away. He'd been performing in Branson for the last 30 years. He started his career by performing in Nashville with country music star Roy Acuff and appeared on the Grand Ole Opry. He opened his theater in the Branson in the early 90s. He was also a member of the National Fiddler Hall of Fame, and he was 79 years old.
That's a big loss for Branson. He was such a mainstay here for so long, and such an entertainer, and just such an entertaining guy, and so skilled at the fiddle. I mean, it's unbelievable, that guy. So it's a big loss for Branson and really the entertainment world, I think.
All right. Yeah, I never saw him. Play. I feel like several Branson shows, but I never got to his, unfortunately.
He was great. Drury University is being punished by the NCAA for not following eligibility requirements for about 50 student athletes from 2019 through 2022. That means some ineligible athletes competed when they shouldn't have. As a result, Drury has to vacate a national runner-up title, as well as some conference championships in diving and swimming. Drury Athletics will also be on probation for 3 years and must pay a $5,000 fine.
Uh-oh.
Well, the problem with the NCAA is so hit or miss. You never know what they're gonna do unless it's a big program, and then you know what they're gonna do. Nothing. So like North Carolina, Kansas, all these big schools have big problems. I mean, North Carolina was creating fake classes for students, for student athletes.
Seriously?
Fake classes and fake grades, and they got busted. And nothing. They didn't vacate any championships. Nothing happened to them. So it depends on who you are as to whether the NCAA is tough on academics.
Right.
So, this is an oversight by Drury. They admit it, but it's not of the magnitude of some of the other stuff that continues to go on a regular basis. That's another story. There's another death at Missouri State Prison in Licking. Appears to be another overdose too. The second inmate death in 2 weeks. 33-year-old man died. A preliminary test showed fentanyl was the cause. Toxicology report is being done to confirm that. 2 weeks ago, a 24-year-old man, a prisoner, died at the Licking prison. Preliminary tests also pointed to fentanyl in that case.
Wow. I mean, and of course, they are in custody. So that means somebody is bringing it in.
It's getting in somehow, yeah.
Yes, somehow it is getting in, hopefully not from the inside, but that's hard. I mean, well, I say it's hard.
Well, I think last year,
crime in courts, and some people carry in some drugs, let's just say in some pretty disgusting and very unusual ways.
Well, yeah, we've all heard of that. Last year, I think the same prison had more than 10 people pass away from drugs.
I don't remember the number, but it was a lot in Licking. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. It took 10 hours for firefighters to put out a big fire at a tire shop over the weekend in Salem. The fire department called in several nearby departments to help assist. No one was hurt, and no word yet on what sparked it.
Okay. Now, here's some good news for us to pass along to you. Radio broadcaster Art Haynes was back behind the microphone to host the Kansas City Chiefs pre- and post-game shows yesterday. So cool. First time back since really a fight for his life began last September when he contracted somehow the West Nile virus. You get that from mosquitoes, but he has no idea when or where he got it. But it was intense. It was life-threatening. In fact, they told his family they didn't think that he was going to make it. He spent months in the hospital and rehab centers as he continues to work to recover. He's still living in a rehab center working. Still can't use his legs, but is getting better use now out of his hands, which he said is good because he talks with his hands, so that helps. And he's got a great voice that is still going strong. Art Haynes will also be back in the broadcast booth for the Missouri State Bears as they begin the football season at home September 23rd. So welcome back, Art. So glad to have you back.
Yeah, no doubt. We prayed for him, remember, and led the Ozarks to pray. So amen. Yeah, I'm excited to hear him again and maybe see him too, but definitely hear him.
Yeah.
All right, Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Ozarks of the Ozarks is moving into 2 new school districts with a mentorship program. The Lunch Buddy program matches up adults with students during school lunches at various districts. Now the program is moving into the Bolivar and Branson school districts.
Okay.
I was
Cool.
in Big Brothers Big Sisters, remember that?
Yeah, they do great work. You were part of that for a while.
Yeah, for a while. In fact, I've very recently talked to my little sister who was
Oh, not so little anymore.
she's not so little anymore.
Yeah.
But actually it was really good to talk to her and she's doing really well and it's just
Great.
amazing. Cuz when I had her, she was on the struggle bus
Yeah.
and she's off the struggle bus and it was just really awesome to talk to her and just hear about her life and and faith journey and so anyway, all right. Join Big Brothers Big Sisters. It really is amazing. So there you go. There's my shameless plug. Nixa has a new wedding venue. Cassidy Station is now open in Nixa at a restored historic farmstead. The new venue offers indoor and outdoor ceremony and reception options. There's also a flower shop and a store at Cassidy Station. I'm excited to see that.
Hey, and the more venues, the better, right?
Yeah, competition is always good and also just variety for people who have in mind what they're looking for.
Yeah. Burger King near Missouri State University is now closed. Students already know that, of course. The restaurant located on South National at Cherry Street. It's the same location where workers walked out back in November of 2021 claiming unsanitary working conditions. That particular Burger King is owned by a company in Dallas, but it is now closed for the foreseeable future. Who knows? Maybe forever.
All right. Sorry, I had a loose hair. I was okay, Governor. So you're like, what? Sorry. It's a female thing. Sometimes they shed. You don't know what I'm talking about, but it happens. Governor Parson is showing off his very first tattoo. This is funny to me. It's on his right forearm. It is the outline of the state of Missouri with the number 57 inside and a lightning bolt. I can envision it, right? I feel like that's a good description. The 57 stands for a number of things. He is Missouri's 57th governor. He got 57% of the vote. He was there also when the Chiefs won Super Bowl 57. So, and he's worth $57 billion. Just kidding. He wishes that were true, but it's not that last part. The lightning bolt is for Elvis Presley's motto, taking care of business in a flash. You like it? The lightning bolt is also red and yellow, which of course are the Chiefs colors. The tattoo was done by Josh Bragg, who works in Branson.
Yeah, that was a neat honor for him because Jefferson City was calling him and he wasn't picking up. And then they said the governor would like to speak with you. And you're like, uh-oh, why does the governor want to speak to me? What did I do? Or what didn't I do? And he said, hey, I like your work. Apparently the governor was down in the area and saw some of his work and said, hey, he's a good Christian man. I'd like to go to him for my first tattoo.
That's cool.
So there he is. And maybe it's, I hear the tattoos I don't have any, but I hear they're addictive. That once
so Governor Parson 10 years from now is going to be all the way full sleeve and
he may be tatted up. He may have face tattoos by the time he's through. Who knows?
I don't have any either, so I don't know. But I've also heard that. Yeah, I don't know. I do know some people with like 1 or 2, so maybe it's not addictive for everybody apparently, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's interesting that he pulled the trigger on the first one anyway.
yeah, there he goes. Okay, and congrats to Josh. That's pretty cool. All right, we want to also say congratulations to the winner of the Around
Yeah.
the Ozarks in 5 giveaway for
Yeah.
our 1-year anniversary on the air here at Around the Ozarks. And it is drumroll Jean from Elkland, Missouri. So she's already been contacted. Go, Jean, go. That's awesome. She's from Oakland. She's watching, and we're happy to gift to her $100 to Jim's Steakhouse on
Yeah,
Glenstone.
you'll certainly enjoy the meal. It's a great place. But we just want to say thank you to everybody for this past year. It's really been incredible. It's fun for us to do this, to stay in the news, and it's fun to interact with the audience like we get to do on Facebook. And so thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Tell your friends about it. It's growing, and we just enjoy doing it. So we hope you enjoy listening or watching, whatever you do.
Yeah. It's awesome because it grew a lot last week, which is really amazing because it's not just us, but you also have Wake Up Weather with meteorologist Abby Dyer,
Yep.
the real meteorologist, I like to say, instead of Ethan. But it's just cool because last week the listenership went way up. And so we trust that you're telling your friends. So please do. Please let them know to tune in on any podcast platform or Facebook.
Yeah, we were
Or
surprised just
the others.
interacting with people on our Facebook pages about how many people didn't know we were doing this. So we're getting the word out, and the audience is growing. So thank you for being part of it. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it.
All right. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Bye.